So I'm very pleased to be here. My name is Gabriela Monsalve, she, her, hers, ella, pronouns. I live in the Bay Area. My current title is Assistant Dean for Postdoctoral Scholars at the University of California in San Francisco. I identify as Latina, as a mother, as a scientist, and as an advisor. So this job is unique in that I do lots of different things every single day. I never have the same type of day. In my role, I oversee postdoctoral affairs. And what that means is I kind of do a little bit of everything in my job. I oversee 1,100 or so very talented scientists. So these are people who have not only gotten a bachelor's degree, in many cases a master's degree in their subfield specialty, and then a doctorate degree or a medical degree or some other type of terminal degree. And then after all of that, so we're talking like 10 plus years of schooling after the bachelor's degree, then they go and do additional training. And so those are the types of people that I work with and that I oversee. And I essentially in charge with making sure that they have access to resources, to information, so that they can make informed decisions and prepare for their next career step. And they do a lot of different things. There's a diversity of different career outcomes for all of these folks. And I'm actually one of those people. So I'm an example of somebody who did a postdoc and then went and did something actually pretty unrelated to the training that I was doing during my postdoc. So like a lot of things in my life, I happen to fall into this. And the reason why I think I got into this is that not only did I have the opportunity, but I was able to take advantage of that opportunity. And I feel like that has been a major theme throughout my career story. I'm also going to say that for those who are watching this that are planners like me, it's really hard to embrace serendipity. And I want to encourage people to really think about that because it is something that actually happens with a large fraction of people who end up in STEM careers. Like, it's not just that you did everything right on paper. It's that sometimes you fell into an opportunity and it ended up being a really good fit and you can move through that space. I received a bachelor's degree in biochemistry from the University of Minnesota in the Twin Cities. And then I did a post-bac, as we call it post-bac, but I work as a technician in a laboratory for 2 years at the University of California in San Diego. I got there by way of a summer research training program at UCSD. And then after I got to UCSD, did that research training program, did work 2 years as a lab tech. I applied to graduate school and I did my Ph.D. training at the University of California, Los Angeles, so UCLA. That degree was in biological chemistry, so not a huge change, but actually my undergraduate degree was really focused on biochemistry and my PhD was mostly genetics, molecular genetics. After that, I came up to UCSF and I did my postdoc training. After that, I totally did something really bizarre and I got into career development for people with PhDs. And then ultimately, this position became available and I applied and now I'm here. I did not think I would be doing this type of work when I was in high school. I thought maybe that I wanted to do this when I got into college, but that was only after I got to college. So in high school, all I knew was that I wanted to have some sort of job where I could stay in a university setting. And that's because I grew up on a college campus. My parents immigrated, and myself, we immigrated here from Venezuela in the 1980s. And my dad was doing graduate work at a university. So I grew up on campus housing and I had a really wonderful childhood. And so part of me as a high school student, as a middle school student, really liked the idea of being able to have a career that seemed stable and that would be within a university setting. So when I was in high school, all I knew was I have to try my best to get good grades to get into a university that I can get a lot of scholarships to pay for, like, because I needed money to pay for school. So that was great. That kind of planning worked for me, but I ended up in the best university for me, but it wasn't my number one choice when I first started applying, but it ended up being phenomenal. And I love my alma mater, love it. my picking biochemistry was, again, something where I fell into biochemistry when I was in high school. I was really interested in everything. I actually really wanted to go into physics, if that was really because I was really good at math, but I loved literature. I was thinking social science. Like, I didn't exactly know what I wanted to study. I just knew I wanted to study something. I would say, as somebody who immigrated here as a very young child, so I had an immigrant experience, but I spent all of my childhood growing up here. I would say that don't ever forget to think about what you're planning to do within the context of your core values. Your values are going to change. Your values, today, like, let's say today your value is, I want to make a lot of money. That's phenomenal. Don't let anybody ever dissuade you from that. Everybody comes in with their own set of values, and what might be right for them may not be right for you. I feel like when I was really young, I took a lot of what people, with very good intentions telling me, this is what you should be doing, this is how you should be studying, this is what you need to be studying, and this is where you need to aim. But sometimes it wasn't really the thing that I needed, and it wasn't the thing that my family needed, right? So I would just really listen to those core values. What are those things that are motivating you, that are important to you? And make sure that whatever your next step is, either in college, either in a vocational training, either on the job, whatever it is, that it is aligned with your values, and recognize that those can change. The second piece of advice that I would tell anybody, and especially young girls in middle school and high school, is don't be afraid to take advantage of opportunities and to take advantage of serendipity. It doesn't mean that every single random opportunity is going to be the right fit for you, right? Think about it within the context of the values and the things that you're looking for, but don't be afraid to give it a shot. Most people fail. I fail 99% of the time in my job. The point is getting back up. The point is learning from those failures and improving upon it. So take your shots, take advantage of those opportunities, and don't be afraid.